Step by step, I've walked 100 miles, and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wandered so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I'll find my way and get off of this lonely road.
Can you hear me? Tell me, can you hear me? I've been calling out for help, still don't see nobody near me. I'm down and almost underground and so deep in the valley, I can't even tell you which way is the mountain. God, the only word I got, I could probably plant a garden, all this dirt I got. Trail of broken hearts behind me from the hurt I bought. Sometimes I really start to wonder if I deserve my spot. Cause I'm just a man who's got blood all on his hands. But does a humble sinner still deserve a chance? Hey, say a prayer for me, I think you in advance.
Step by step, I walked 100 miles, and
Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for pulling up today. I am so grateful you're here. If you are a returning viewer, shout out to you and welcome to my new viewers. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura Perosier. I make all kinds of content, mainly content based on lifestyle and growth, all fixed on holistic wellness. My goal is to leave you better than you came. Whatever I feel like life lessons, tools, habits, hacks, anything that I have felt have benefited my life, I want to share it with you. So today, guys, we are diving into our calling and our gifting. I genuinely believe that in each and every one of us lives a purpose, lives giftings, callings, things that we naturally gravitate towards, things that we have a burning desire for. Y'all, like I've always known my entire life that I was an artist. I say, like, when people would walk up to you as an adult and you're a kid, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, and teachers would ask students, I always knew that I was an artist. But the thing about it is that, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I'm like an artist. And it's not something you grow up and then you become. It's like, that's who you already are. At least for me, that's how I've always felt. Like, I think it was like I needed some sort of an accomplishment or some sort of a title or some sort of certificate or trophy or something to prove that I'm a qualified artist, when in reality, I genuinely believe that it's just who God has made me to be. I've always just loved art. I love DIY. I love decor. I love filming. I love talking and communicating and performing and being extra. And I've always had this kind of like vivacious. I've always had a big, kind of vibrant, kind of loud personality, because I always felt like I was meant to speak and perform. And I can't really tell you where it all comes from besides God. And like, this is why I'm like, I want to talk to you about that today. You guys, I have received, like certificates for academics, medals for running, but I have one little thing it's like my favorite thing that I've ever received, and it's this one right here. And this is my 2004 Columbus Elementary School 5th grade honor Most Artistic Award. You guys, Most Artistic Award, it's crazy. Out of all the things I received, this was like solidification for me, I think is what it was. But I don't know. I don't feel like things leave you. I don't feel like dreams die. That's just me, because I don't feel like when God puts something in you, that is just meant to go with you to the grave. Like, even in the Bible, there's stories that talk about multiplying the gifts. For a lot of my adult life, I'd wrestle with my artistic desires. I couldn't tell you where I heard it, where I read it, but it just, as soon as I heard it, it always echoed to me that the word starving artist. And I remember after I heard it, it's like it just echoed in my head and it never left. And so in my head, I was like, I don't want to be an artist if that means I'm going to be broke and poor. I don't want to be an artist if it means I can't live a lavish lifestyle. And so I just never pursued a professional art career because I was afraid to be broke. And that's the honest truth. I don't know like how I've gotten to this place where I feel like when I tell you guys your dreams don't die, I think they're just like a burning fire within you for you to like live it out. At least for me. And it's crazy, guys, because there's so many times that I've wanted to give up. There's so many times that I've wanted to throw in the towel and quit. And there's so many times where I'm like, is it even worth it? Is this even going anywhere? Is this even making a difference? And sure enough, it's like God is always on time. I'm constantly like needing inspiration or needing some sort of encouragement or something like, God, give me a sign kind of thing. And sure enough, he always answers. You guys, I was meditating on what I wanted to share with you today, and I was like, God, I'm just gonna trust you with it. I'm gonna run with it, and whatever flows is gonna go. Basically, I'm running with faith, guys, because I feel like feelings can only carry you so far. You just have to have faith that it's all going to work out and then continuously show up. So that's what I'm doing today. And yesterday I was trying to script and gather the things that I wanted to share on this video, and I came across 2 videos that really encouraged me. And I genuinely believe, even them saying like everything is pretty much divine, everything is ordained and nothing is by accident. And like you finding this video and hearing me talk and sharing this with you is all on purpose, and everything is already destined. And it's crazy, guys, because I'm like, everything I've ever achieved in my life, everything I've ever acquired, everything I would deem good has been because I have stepped out on faith. And it's crazy to truly take action steps when you don't even know where you're gonna land. It's hard to know your next move when you're just like, I don't even know where I'm going. But the whole thing about it is, guys, you gotta let God lead. You just gotta be like, okay, God, I'm going. Show me the way. You guys, half the time I'm like, God, I don't know why I feel these things. I don't know what direction I'm supposed to be moving in, but I know that you're calling me to move, so I'll move. And that's the story of my life, guys. Like, just moving on faith and doing the most and best with what is in my hands. If you're at a place in your life right now and you feel stuck and you feel like, I don't know what's next, and you feel this resistance and you feel like this pullback and you feel this fear, I'm gonna challenge you to step out on faith. I'm gonna challenge you to move forward. I'm gonna challenge you to move the needle. When I tell you guys, I mean, every single one of us is so different and so unique. God makes every single one of us original. We are so unique. We are not, there's no double. We are one of ones. That is the most awesomest thing ever, is that there is only one of you, there's only one of me, there's only one of her, and there's only one of him. No one's gonna do it the way you do it. You bring something unique to the table. You have your unique offer. So don't be afraid to step out in faith and do it, because you yourself, you're original. It's gonna have your touch on it. I want to share this Bible verse with you. This is Exodus 35:35, and it says that he has filled them with skill to do every sort of work done by an engraver or by a designer or by an embroiderer in blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twined linen, or by a weaver, by any sort of workman or skilled designer. So this is saying like the skills and the things that are already in us are God given. If you like to cook, if you like to sing, if you like to paint, if you like to make stuff, if you like to garden, like, you guys, there are so many different things that God has instilled inside of us. Some people are brainiacs. They are numbers people. They're analytical. But I feel like you need both. Everything God made in this world serves a purpose. Like, it's a full circle of life thing. Like, you can't have analytical without the creative side. I feel like life would be so black and white with zero color. Without the artist, you guys, life would be so bland. So if God is calling you to the arts, to culinary, to whatever, y'all, this is broad. I'm telling you, God instilled in each and every one of us something unique that is just for you. Walk out in that. trust God in that and take the baby steps, guys. And I feel like a lot of us are afraid to start because we're too embarrassed to start because we're afraid to suck. Newsflash, everybody sucks in the beginning, you guys. Everybody sucks starting out from the jump. You might fall flat on your face, but that's a lesson learned. You have to give yourself the grace to suck. You have to give yourself the courage to start, you guys. If you don't start, you're always going to be at ground zero. And I think naturally, like as humans, we need growth. We need development. We need to feel like we're improving in all these areas in our life, because if not, we're complacent and we're stagnant, and that causes frustration, and built up like frustration causes anger, and then you're just bitter. And I think that's why I think it's so important to just live out the things that God has instilled in you. And I can't just leave it there at the natural gifts, you guys. There are also supernatural gifts. In the Bible, it says that there is wisdom, healing, prophecy, teaching, encouragement, service, giving, leadership. You guys, whatever gift God gives you, it's not just for you to sit on. It's for you to use it to serve the world, to serve God, so that people could see God in you, and through you, He can be glorified. That's Matthew 5:16. It says, "Let your light shine before others and glorify your Father in heaven." You guys, whenever you share your gifts, your talents, whenever you are allowing God to move through you, others are able to see God through you. So this is a challenge. This is a word. This is to encourage my brothers and sisters in Christ who are on the other side of this lens. Go out there and do a good work so that God can be seen in you and so that He can be glorified. I used to always think that I wanted to be an actress or some sort of superstar, some big name celebrity. Like, I always thought I was gonna be in the movies. Like, I was like, every time I would see the screens and the actors, and maybe that's just me. I feel like a lot of us have famous desires, but I remember that, like, I was like, one day I'm gonna be on the big screen. So I don't know if you guys have heard of the show Tulsa King, but they did a casting call, and it was in Oklahoma City, which is an hour and a half from where I live. So I applied for this role and I ended up getting it. And this was like my first big ever like TV casting call. This was for Paramount Pictures, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember getting on set and I'm like, oh my God, like this is gonna be it. This is my debut moment. Like, this is gonna be my meal ticket. You guys, I was ready. I was like, oh my God, I'm like gonna finally have my breakthrough. You guys, and I'm cracking up because so I show up and here I am. I'm in this kitchen. My role is like, I think it's a house worker. I think the guy is super well off and I'm supposed to be like his maid or whatever. Anyways, Sylvester we're in like an L-shaped house. So the kitchen is over here and the living room's right here. So Sylvester Stallone, yes, Rocky Balboa himself, guys. I mean, this dude is pretty legendary. It ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. That guy. Yes, you guys. And so I was hyped. I was like, you are the author of my favorite quote. Like, oh my gosh, that quote has inspired me to keep going in my life when things have gotten hard. And you guys, I'm like, the man is right there. Like, I could see him, but we were told, you can't talk to them. You're supposed to keep it professional. You can't fanboy, fangirl. Like, you're on a professional film set. And so I'm like, oh my God, like this is my big debut. Anyways, guys, I sat out there in the heat for hours and hours just to like cut bok choy. And so I'm excited. You guys, they finally air the season. It's like months later, I think, after they film it, they edit it and all that stuff. You guys, the scene got cut, dropped like a hot potato. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was gonna be my meal ticket. That was like my big breakthrough moment. And then on that day I was like, I don't think acting is for me. I don't think maybe that's not something I'm meant to be doing, because I ain't trying to sit outside for 5-6 hours in the heat on sets for my screen time for my scene just to get cut. And y'all, I was so bummed out, and I was like, I don't know if I was cut out for that acting career. But anywho, guys, we live in an era, we live in a digital age where you do not have to wait for an opportunity for someone to put you on. You guys, you could buy a camera, you could buy your own filming gear, and you could put yourself out there. And I think that is one of the things I love most about this era is that people are carving their own ways. People are creating their own lanes. People are making their own paths. They're not waiting for someone to give them a green light to be like, yes, you're good enough. Come on in. Like, you guys, people are literally creating careers from scratch because they have the audacity and the boldness to put themselves out there. So don't be afraid. Give yourself the grace, the room to suck in the beginning because nobody starts out great. You guys know that famous quote, you don't have to be great to start, but in order to be great, you need to start. I don't know, I'm butchering that, but that is one of my favorite quotes. Like, in order to be great, you have to start, but nobody starts out great, you guys. Most of us, majority of us start off sucking butt, okay? So don't be afraid to start. Like, if God's gave you a desire, if He's gave you an inkling, if you know you have a burning, deep passion to go out there and get it and do something, then step out in faith. This video is to tell you to step out in faith and don't be afraid. God is so faithful. Y'all, in another video, I will have to share like testimonies of how He's shown up in my life. God has shown up in multiple different ways when I've needed Him the most. And even with my life, everything, guys, like, I trust God with it. Like, I know today we could be here and tomorrow we could be gone, and I'm just like, God, all I am is a voice, all I am is a vessel, all I am is here today, gone tomorrow. And so I just want you guys to also make the most of it. I don't want you guys to feel like you're just rotting away because God has a purpose for you. And I think when you step out in faith and whenever you live your life on purpose with intention and you're actually doing something that you feel like God has placed on your heart, I feel like it fills your life up with so much purpose. And then it's like through that purpose, you're able to serve people, you're able to help people. And then it's like a full circle moment. It's a gift that keeps giving. It's a blessing that continues to blesses others. I once heard where God gives vision, He also gives provision, meaning wherever it is that God is leading you, He will provide the tools, the resources, the connections you need to get to where He is leading you. So trust that if God has given you the vision, He's also going to give you provision. I would encourage you to let go of resistance. If you are feeling like a push and a pull, like I should be doing this and I don't know why, if it's fear, if I'm just afraid, and like, you guys, I'm telling you, let go of the resistance and jump in with faith. Take the leap of faith because, you guys, oftentimes I think naturally as people, we want to control everything. We want to be in control. But we gotta learn to let God lead and let it flow. You guys, I am literally creating right now on a flow. Like, I can't control things. I realize so much is out of my control. I could show up, do my part, and trust God with the rest. Let Him use you and just be a vessel and available, and God will lead you where He needs you to go. Always remember that His plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. His plans are to give you a hope and a future. And I hang on to that, guys, that God is for you. He loves His children. He wants to see His children win. I genuinely believe that God wants to see His children thrive, live life in abundance. And so, yeah, that is my word for you today. And I hope you guys stay blessed and tune in for the next video. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this with a friend if you think they could use it and it could benefit them. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Step by step, I've walked 100 miles, and I still ain't sure just what I'm trying so hard to find. The night seems longer and the wind blows louder when you wandered so far from home. If I cross your mind, say a prayer, I find my way and get off of this lonely road.
Off of this lonely road, off of this lonely road, off of this lonely road, off of this lonely
Get
road.
off of this lonely road. for this lonely road.